welcome to another episode of Word of the Week. This is Melanie. I'm the content marketing manager and a writer here at WriterGirl. I want to talk to you this week about natural language processing, or NLP. So natural language processing is the ability for computers to look at words and sentences and understand them in the same way that a human would be able to understand them. So what does this have to do with healthcare? From a provider standpoint, NLP can be really helpful when it comes to sort of deciphering and digesting all this information that's in an EHR. So over the years, our EHR collects all this data from appointments and test results and procedures, and that's a lot of data for a single doctor to look at and sort of glean any really helpful information from when it comes to meeting with you about a new symptom or a new condition. So NLP can kind of look at all that data and maybe prompt the doctor to ask certain questions, look for certain symptoms, things like that. So that's how I see it sort of being helpful from a provider standpoint. From a healthcare marketing standpoint, NLP is becoming even more important in Google's search algorithm. So Google is starting to use natural language processing in its algorithm to really get to the bottom of user search intent. So when somebody types into the Google search bar, Google wants to know not only what the keywords are they're using, but it also wants to see what is the intent of their query. What information do they want at the end of their search? What kind of questions do they need answered? So instead of looking at just core keywords in the search query, Google is looking at all of the little words that are in between those core keywords. So conjunctions and prepositions and questions. It's looking at the tos, the ands, the fors, the shoulds, the hows, things like that, and sort of stringing it all together and trying to find what are they really asking and what are they really looking for. So from a marketer's standpoint, that means our content needs to answer those questions. It needs to ladder up to that search intent. So it's sort of less about keywords and how many times they appear on a page, and those are still very important, don't get me wrong, but it's more about, does my content answer their question? Does it answer it completely and concisely? And does it really, again, ladder up to that search intent? So as you're developing new content for a website, some things you want to think about is, again, what is the user search intent for this particular keyword or this particular query? Am I answering that question completely and concisely? Is the most important information at the top of the page. So when the user clicks on a link in the search results, do they find the answer to their question relatively quickly? Also, you want to make sure you're using plain, simple language. Filling your page with lots of jargon and extra information that's not really needed is going to kind of bog down the content, and it's not going to answer the question very quickly or easily. So those are some kind of key things that you want to think about when you're thinking about SEO strategy in terms of natural language processing. I encourage you to go out there, do some searching on NLP and SEO. There's so much great information out there, lots of blogs and videos that you can kind of dive into this topic a lot deeper. And if you have any thoughts on NLP, I'd love to hear them. You can feel free to leave a comment below, or you can reach out to us on social. Also, if you have a word for an upcoming Word of the Week that you'd like us to feature, feel free to leave a comment about that, or you can send us an email to hello@writergirl.com. That's it. Thanks for watching, and happy wordsmithing.